Welcome to Law and Justice. I'm Jane Mulcahy, and today we're going to be addressing a specific matter. It's part of the How to Talk Policy and Influence People series. I'm joined by my pal, James Leonard. James,
Hi.
I'm delighted to have you here. Thanks for speaking to me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Very good. Enjoying the sun out the back with the dogs.
Yeah. We're all self-isolating and trying to make the best of it. It's challenging, but I suppose it brings us back to ourselves and we're taking life at a slower pace.
Yeah.
But James, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm on my phone now, so this image mightn't be as steady as it should be.
Okay.
But I'm 34 years of age. I'm from the north side of Cork City, and I'm currently working in youth services with Cork ETB. I know you because you did a PhD with the Probation Service and Cork Alliance Centre, and I would have been a service user in the Cork Alliance Centre, which means I would have been through the prison system and the criminal justice system, and I would have been in addiction back in the day, and I would have went into prison when I was 18 and kind of went in and out up to the age of 27, and come into recovery 2013. Spent the last 6 years in education, and graduated with a master's there last month, and now I'm on your
first class
podcast.
honours.
Now I'm on your podcast, so you've hit my pinnacle.
Yeah, did you hear that, Tommy Tiernan? Woo! Yes, but so you've had a remarkable journey and story, and actually you guided me when I was starting my PhD, telling me, how I might approach my interviews with lads and stuff. You gave me some great...
It seems like a long time ago now.
I know it was a long time ago. But you've a very inspiring story, really, and so much so that when you were on Tommy Tiernan, you drew tears to his eyes, kind of, about...
I know.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of tension in the studio at that time.
Yeah.
And when I was going out to do the interview, I didn't know Tommy. We don't know what Tommy's experiences. Was Tommy ever a victim of crime? What was Tommy's experiences with drug users? Is he not going to have zero sympathy for me? Is he going to make it hard for me? I didn't know this could go pear-shaped. It was either going to go really well or really bad, but he was so nice. He was very warm towards me. He made me feel very comfortable, and I felt like he was interested in what I had to say. And
was he ever?
He created a very comfortable environment for me, and he does it with all these interviewees. To be fair, he just has a kind of innate ability to draw a conversation and make people feel comfortable. And I forgot about the audience, the lights and the cameras, and it was just like a chat between two fellas.
No, it was remarkable. And I had met you at the Dr. Karen Traceman training at the start of January, and you said, listen, I'm going to be in Tommy Tiernan's in, I think it was 2 weeks time, so check it out. Yeah. And then I was in the UK, so I didn't see it live, but I saw the tweets and the feedback, which was amazing. We'll talk about that in a second. But why did you decide to go on Tommy Tiernan?
Well, they asked me, they basically put out an email 2 years ago. One of the producers, or one of the people that round up the guests, I can't remember the name for her now, but she had the idea of having somebody that was through the criminal justice system that was doing well today. That was the basic idea. They threw an email out to the prison service and the probation service.
Okay.
The email got passed to Sheila, the manager from the Cork Alliance. She sent it out to a couple of us. I agreed to speak to them in 2018. And after speaking to them, I thought about it and I declined it. Okay. Because it's a big thing to do. You're going on national television. It's a big TV show. You're leaving yourself open. It's very risky. Yeah. So I declined it. Plus, I was just about to start the masters as well. I had other stuff going on, So I thought nothing of it. Declined it. They came back to me then the following year. And it was in September. I had just submitted my thesis for my master's, so I was kind of finished. Yeah. I felt I was in a better place, kind of personally, emotionally, and all this, that I was after thinking about it. Had a chat with them again, conferred with some family members and some friends, and when you weighed up with the risks and the rewards, I felt it was worth doing. Okay. So we went in there with the idea that it's a big thing for somebody to seek help, to go to a counsellor, to go into a meeting. And not everybody is at that stage where they can actually, and I thought that this interview will actually bring the message into people from the comfort of their home.
Right.
Or there could be somebody there that they haven't got the courage, or they're just not in a place where they can walk into a meeting full of people and look for help. So this was an opportunity to talk to those people that was isolating at home before it was mandated.
Yes.
But I had a lot of people then, a good few people contact me afterwards. There was one guy who comes to mind. He told me that he watched it on the player on the Sunday morning, and he was at home and he was in a bad way from drinking and alcohol and drugs.
Sure.
And he turned on the television, turned on the RT player, watched Tommy Tiernan. He says, and that was 4 weeks ago, and he was 4 weeks sober. He went into a meeting the next day. He started linking in with people in recovery, and he was 4 weeks sober when he texted me then. So there's been a
Wow,
few.
that's so cool. Yeah.
And then there was another friend of mine then in Dublin. He contacted me on Instagram saying that there was a guy in a meeting today, and he was after watching. It was his first meeting, and he was after watching the Tommy Tiernan, and that kind of gave him the courage or the bit of motivation to go to meeting. So that was the point of it.
Right. So it was more to reach people who were in a situation like you had been, really, rather than people who might have been judgmental, say, about addicted humans. Yeah.
Yeah, it was more about trying to show people that there was a way out of it, but that you need to link in with services and other help.
Okay.
But a kind of the side goal then, like, was to kind of change people's perceptions. But that kind of happened. Yeah, that was never the main. That was never even in my mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was a big thing in the end, because there was loads of people saying like that. They're walking down the street now and they're looking at addicts with kind of different lens, and that was brilliant. But but that really wasn't the motivation. But I'm so happy that that was a good result of it.
Yeah, because of course, what I know of you as well is that you're very minded to kind of give back and to help people in a similar situation, or people going through tough times. And why is that, do you think, James? Why are you motivated to do that? Is that part of the recovery process itself?
I think it is. I think, when somebody in recovery from addiction, or somebody that's desisting from crime, or somebody that's been given a second chance, they're very grateful, and they'll be very loyal workers, and they'll be very motivated to help other people, because it's just the kind of gratitude you feel for having the second chance. So then you want to do something with that gratitude, and it's just basically about kind of giving somebody the leg up where you got the leg up,
Yeah. And so did you have many people kind of in your corner throughout those years of kind of addiction, crime and chaos? Were there people extending a hand to you and offering you help, but you weren't ready to take it at the time, or?
Yeah, there was. I remember years ago, I was working with Vicky from the Cork Alliance.
Oh, yeah.
I used to meet with Vicky when I was young and dumb. But she used to say to me, I remember one thing she used to say to me, why do you take tablets? Because tablets was my big thing at the time. Now, I used to take heroin and methadone as well.
Yeah.
But tablets, I always seen like benzos, Rohypnol, Xanax, Valium. They're what I always thought, like, I could never see my life without them.
Right.
And she used to say to me, why? And the only thing I could say is the calmness.
Right.
The calmness, or the...
In your insights.
It was like, when I take a benzo, when I take a tablet, it was like all the nerves, the anxiety, the fear just leaves me.
Yeah.
But my words to her at the time was I couldn't really describe it, because I didn't have the words to describe it. But anyway, I would link in with Vicky in the Cork Alliance. I would link in with other people, IASIO workers and counsellors, and set up care plans, and I'd be a great prisoner, and I'd be, say all the right things, and I'd have the motivation as well. But when I step outside that gate of being released, it was like the fear, the anxiety, it's like overwhelming, and it's just so easy just to go to the doctors or go to the dealer to just kill that fear and anxiety. And as soon as you do that, all bets are off, because as soon as I started using, I couldn't stop.
Yeah. And what was the fear about, James, do you think? Why was it easier to stay safe and healthy in prison than it was to be safe and well and drug-free in the community, do you think?
I felt more free in prison than I did in the community. And that's a weird thing to say. But in prison, I had a good social circle. I was playing football and playing handball. I was going to the school. I had good relationship with my family. I had all this stuff. I had a laugh with the lads. I was able to go to the gym. But when I got out, I had none of that.
Right.
I had no gym. I had no friends. I had no family around me. I was alone, isolated. And then the struggles of everyday addictions, using and getting in trouble and all that. I was actually happier inside. And when I got out, it was like, what are you going to do now, Jen? I didn't have the skills to cope with everyday life, get a job, go to college. These were all things that was not on my radar. I didn't have this, to look somebody in the eye, and the self-esteem, the self-worth, the stuff I was after been doing, my perception of myself, and, it's just you need something to block all that out.
Yeah. And then, so now you're in a really, really good place, and you're married to a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Hi, Gillian.
I must show that in a minute.
Indeed, yeah. And you graduated from UCC with a master's in criminology, first class honours, which is, as I've said to you before, a remarkable achievement. With or without a prison past, it's amazing. And you're working now for the city of Cork ETB. You must at times want to pinch yourself, do you, or is that completely normal now for you?
No, it's not. It's everything is like how everything happens so fast. Like when I come into recovery, it was like I felt like I had a new lease of life.
Yeah.
I didn't want to waste any more time. I felt I had all this ability. I had huge motivation, a huge work ethic, and I just wanted to drive on with something. And the education is what I ran with.
Right.
And through the education, and Sheila would have been a great part of this as well, linking me in with other people, bringing me to conferences, kind of meeting other people. That networking opened so many doors for me. Social media opened so many doors for me, putting myself out there, getting my face known, being offered opportunities that I didn't quite know if I would be able, but accepting them anyway and learning later. That was a big thing. Just say, like, can you do this? Yeah. And you really can.
The power of saying yes.
Yeah, just putting yourself out there and putting yourselves in a situation where you're like, oh my God, what did I get myself in for? But just stepping out of my comfort zone. But yeah, I do look back on my life now. Every now and then I'd be thinking, oh my God, how did it get to this? How did it get to this? But it was just about having a kind of a goal of getting a degree, getting a qualification, and getting a stable job. But then having kind of little goals along the way, like passing this module, getting this grade, doing as best as I can. Like I had the attitude of, in college, it was like, it's not something to be endured, but something to be enjoyed.
Yes.
And I'm only going to do it once, and I'm going to give every module the best shot and get as good as I can, because I'm not going to do another master's, I'm not going to do another bachelor's.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm looking back now, and I'm not finished yet, Jane.
I know you're not, sure.
I still have a lot of motivation, I'm enjoying my job with Cork ETB. I can see myself being there for a long time, please God. But also studying on the side, hopefully.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I know that you were involved with Sheila from Cork Alliance, my old boss, was that you got involved with training recruit prison officers in Balad House in Portlaoise. Can you tell me a bit about that? I think that's a very cool thing that you and Sheila were doing.
Yeah, when I spoke.
Uh-oh.